This is the story of a city, the story of a campaign against disease, how it was planned and organized, and how the people responded to it. The city, Columbus, Georgia. The disease, polio. The means of preventing it, immunization. And the actors, the people of Columbus, led by their local health department. The campaign was divided into 3 separate phases. First, there was a statistical survey to determine who needed the polio shots. Then, community organization and a publicity program to stimulate people to actively participate in the campaign. And finally, the actual shots themselves, offered at 38 different locations in the city. But let's start from the beginning, from the health department. From the briefing session for the survey group.
In these surveys, we have found it particularly important to reach preschool children and young adults, and for this reason, we visit households in all parts of the city. We're going to examine various areas to determine whether any of these problems exist here.
After the briefing session, the survey gets underway. The group was divided into teams, 2 persons to a team, and assigned specific areas to sample. Their findings will determine the extent of the need for polio immunization in the various age and economic groups. This is one of the teams arriving at an assigned sampling area, designated as a street intersection. 4 families will be interviewed in the vicinity of this intersection, 2 by each member of the team. The individual houses to be visited were selected by a random process. Meanwhile, other teams were working selected areas all over the city, areas selected to give an accurate picture of the extent of polio immunization in all sections of the city. The survey must be comprehensive and show immunization levels in different economic groups. Now, this is necessary in order to design the immunization campaign to cover areas of greatest need. Statistical analyses of the results of the survey determine the need for immunization in different parts of the city. A later survey will demonstrate how well the campaign achieved its objectives. The results of the survey were reported by the leader of the survey group.
From the survey, we found that the immunization levels of children under 5 were generally low in all 4 areas of Columbus. However, the levels in areas 1 and 2 were higher than the levels in area 3 and 4. Among children of school age, however, the levels were all much higher, but again, a difference was noticed in the levels in area 1 and 2 as compared with area 3 and 4. In the young adult group, this same pattern could be seen.
The Commission of Health immediately made these results available to the local medical society and obtained their endorsement of the program.
The health department, with the endorsement of the medical society, proposes to put on an intensified polio vaccination program in this community. As you know, for the past several years, we have had an active polio immunization program in this community in which you have participated wholeheartedly and very actively. Also, other community groups have been active in their participation in this program, such as the PTAs, the Junior Chamber of Commerce, the Board of Education, and others.
Next morning, the campaign was in headlines. The campaign immediately became a prime issue with the staff of the health department.
In the General Staff Conference, you have already heard a discussion of the immunization project, pilot project in this community. So this morning I felt that we should get together and plan, point out some areas in your nursing districts where people may not be as well immunized against poliomyelitis as they should be. And in addition to this information, if you will give me some idea of where good stations might be located.
Environmental Health Division would not normally be involved in the polio vaccination clinic. This is an effort, however, to reach 100% of the susceptible population of our community. And each of you in the field and Mrs. Morgan have numerous contacts with people who will have families that need to be reached in this campaign. You should be thoroughly informed with this campaign so that you can answer any questions that may arise.
Well, there are several hundred people in here, and we certainly want to reach them, but now, which would be better, a station here or one here, if you had to make a choice?
Well, they're pretty much, I would say here that we could go in to cover this group on a Friday.
You reach more people here.
The Commissioner of Health contacted representatives of all civic organizations, inviting them to a mass meeting to discuss objectives of the program. The Commissioner guided the meeting to a detailed discussion of the ideas of the community leaders.
The object of this meeting this morning is to explain to you the various methods and techniques that will be used in putting on this vaccination program. We have a fairly good immunization rate among certain groups of the population, particularly the school group, due to the fact that we've had a compulsory Salk vaccine program in the schools for the last 2 years. But there are certain groups in the community that haven't been vaccinated properly. And this program is designed to reach those groups.
During our March of Dimes campaign, our Mother's March is one of our finest helpful organizations, and I'm sure they can be a lot of help in this campaign, and if we get it properly cleared, I'm sure we can do it. There's one thing that I sincerely believe, that if we can ever get them in for the first shot, we certainly shouldn't fail to get them in for the second and third shots.
We feel that as a gimmick, it would be well to use a portable merry-go-round for these mobile units, and the JCs can get one for you.
How many clerical workers will you need each day? I believe the JSETs would be able to furnish at least a minimum number for each day's work.
Next came action by the community organizations. Publicity. The Junior Chamber of Commerce plastered the city with posters. The local transportation company cooperated by displaying posters and car cards. Group participation by community organizations was encouraged.
Everyone that you come in contact with during the day, your neighbors, your business associates, that you have had the vaccination and that you recommended for them and for the entire community. One thing that we would like for you to do is to come to one of the vaccination stations as a group. Your appearance there will lead other citizens in the community to come in for their vaccination.
Local ministers attacked polio from the pulpit.
My friends, I want to talk to you this morning about the Babies and Breadwinners polio campaign. I know you are interested in keeping the sound, healthy bodies God has given you. I am sure you will go out and get the protection that is available for you free of charge. The first shot.
I am sure that the members of my church will be happy to cooperate in the community polio campaign, and I shall be happy to announce the program from my pulpit.
Telephone switchboards worked overtime as members of the volunteer organization passed the word throughout the community. Word-of-mouth communication with business houses, factories, individuals, with as many people as could possibly be reached in this manner was basic to the success of the campaign. Local radio stations added their voices to the campaign.
Several thousand young adults are in need of vaccination. The babies and the breadwinners. The Muscogee County Health Department is making these polio shots available to all who want them. Special vaccination stations are being set up all over town. Watch the news media for an announcement of the time and the place nearest you.
Billboards and window displays provided additional impact. Television stations included polio on regularly scheduled programs.
When are you going to give me the shot?
I already gave it to you, Colonel Chick.
Good. All right, thank you. Bozo, now let me explain something to you. Here in Muscogee County and Columbus, we are trying to have the highest amount of people vaccinated against polio in the whole United States. And I just had my shot from Dr. Reagan, and it's your turn now. It doesn't hurt. I'll guarantee you won't feel a thing. All he does, pull up your sleeve, is shoot you in the arm, and then you'll have your polio vaccine, okay? All right. Now, do your duty, Doctor.
Be glad to, Colonel Chick.
Okay, stand by, Bozo.
2, 3. That's all.
That's all, Bozo. You're now inoculated. Isn't that great?